This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.
Welcome back. Progressive Liberal Party spokesman on health, Senator Dr. Michael Darville's labeling recent comments by Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis as irresponsible. Dr. Minnis on Monday, while responding to questions from reporters regarding the uptick in COVID cases, said that the country is now experiencing two pandemics, while noting that the pandemic for the vaccinated is over. Well, Dr. Darville suggesting that the Prime Minister ought to know better. In fact, he says the pandemic is far from over, adding that it has been scientifically proven that persons who have been fully vaccinated can contract COVID, albeit with generally milder symptoms than persons who have not been fully vaccinated. Therefore, he says those comments coming from the country's leader and the competent authority is further evidence of the ineptitude of Dr. Minnis and his government in managing this COVID-19 pandemic. While making his comments, Dr. Minnis also said that the government is hoping to engage cruise lines to take Bahamians to Florida to get vaccinated at the cost of the government. Dr. Darville contends that this is troubling as the Prime Minister's proposal puts thousands of unvaccinated people on a cruise ship that could well be a super spreader event. He says the PLP continues to call on Dr. Minnis to rely on the advice of healthcare professionals and scientific factors to form public policy and stop shooting from the hip on critical matters that impact the lives of Bahamians. With a surge in COVID-19 cases, not only in the Bahamas, but in Latin America and the Caribbean, the Pan American Health Organization is warning that new variants of COVID-19 will continue to appear as long as cases accelerate worldwide.
Viruses have one goal: to multiply. And that's why they often adapt to become less dangerous but more contagious over time. And that's what we're seeing with the SARS-CoV-2 virus that causes COVID-19. Many of today's variants of concern spread more easily, so they're driving new infections in our region and around the world.
That's Director of PAHO, Dr. Carissa Etienne, during PAHO's weekly press conference on COVID-19 in the Americas. According to Dr. Etienne, so far 47 countries and territories in the region of the Americas have detected at least one variant of concern, and 11 countries have detected all 4 current variants of concern. That's Alpha, Beta, Gamma, and Delta. Dr. Etienne notes that there is a way to stop the variants from emerging.
New variants will emerge as long as the SARS-CoV-2 virus continues to spread. We face a pandemic of the unvaccinated, and the only way to stop it is to expand vaccination. Vaccines are critical, even if no vaccine is 100% effective. Just as important are the public health measures, like physical distancing, mask wearing, avoiding crowds, and also infection control measures like testing, contact tracing, and quarantine and isolation. Together, these measures are the fundamentals of our response, and they remain effective against variants of concern.
According to PAHO, only 15% of people across Latin America and the Caribbean have been vaccinated. The National COVID-19 Vaccine Consultative Committee reports that as of July 17, 2021, 99,755 doses of the AstraZeneca vaccine have been administered to the Bahamas. 60,389 first doses and 39,366 people are fully vaccinated. The Passport Office resumed operations this morning at 8 a.m. following the closure of the same on Monday and Tuesday this week in an effort to allow the Ministry of Health's surveillance team to carry out proper contact tracing assessments of staff following COVID-19 exposure, the identification of several positive COVID cases of employees, and the unfortunate death of an employee of the office on University Boulevard. Foreign Affairs Minister Darren Henfield addressed the recent outbreak with the media just before the weekly cabinet meeting yesterday.
They're going to slow down the process because they impact personnel. Despite the automated processes that we have, we still need personnel to produce the booklets and to do other things that are necessary in the office.
With a number of government agencies going digital in recent months, among them the Passport Office, officials at Foreign Affairs are now looking for those alternative sites for drop-off and collection of passports. One of them, according to the minister, is in the Mall at Marathon. Minister Henfield notes this about the online services.
The online platform has been tremendous. It has completely alleviated most of the challenges that we had. But imagine you can just go online now, make your application, but you have to come at some point due to the biometrics and do your fingerprint and collect it so that we know it's you. That's one of the security features in the program. It's been tremendous, but then, we have traditionally been as a people slow to come and do our work for passports until it's the summer.
According to a statement from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Passport Office will be operating with a reduced staffing complement that may result in possible delays. Officials again apologize for any inconvenience resulting from these actions and thank the public for its patience and understanding as the Passport Office continues to demonstrate its commitment to providing key passport services during its peak demand period, in spite of its temporary staffing challenges brought on by functioning in the prevailing COVID environment. Meantime, the current surge of COVID-19 cases in the country forcing the National Summer Employment Program that provides summer employment for Bahamians between the ages of 18 and 25 through the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture to be canceled. The ministry releasing a press statement last evening advising the public that given the prevailing circumstances of the rise in COVID cases and the drastic increase in hospitalizations, the much anticipated National Summer Employment Program has been canceled out of an abundance of caution. The ministry apologizes for any inconvenience this cancellation has caused. And Bay Street welcomes a new tourism hotspot with the grand opening of the Margaritaville Beach Resort. Dignitaries and hotel officials gathered at the Bay Street property this morning to attend the official ribbon-cutting ceremony of the Margaritaville Beach Resort and Fins Up Water Park at the Point. The new development includes a 155-room hotel, a 1,000-foot-long lazy river ride, water slides, a ballroom, conference rooms, and restaurants. During his remarks, Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis commended Chinese Construction America, Chinese Ambassador Dai-Ching Lee, and the CEO of Margaritaville Holdings, Mr. John Colin, for their investment in the Bahamas. He would go on to say that the opening of the resort marked a significant step in Bay Street's redevelopment.
Point is one of the major developments that will reside along the beautiful seascape of Nassau Harbor, which extends from Arawak Key to near Paradise Island. And those cruising into Nassau will experience a beautiful waterfront and cityscape that collectively will sing welcome to paradise. Just as the Bahamas is coming back, the city of Nassau and the Nassau waterfront are also coming back. The historic city of Nassau and downtown are being transformed before our very own eyes.
In addition to these new facilities welcoming both locals and tourists, the Prime Minister also noted that the tourism industry has started to recover, as according to cruise port executives, over 60,000 visitors are expected to come to Nassau, with over 300 Bahamians already employed at the Point, with another 150 more to be hired in the months ahead. The Prime Minister believed that this is a sure sign that downtown's revitalization is progressing well. As he stated, at the development of the residential and tourist area of Bay Street is key to its success and will result in millions of dollars in investment for New Providence. He adds that with the completion of the Point, there are several other major developments for downtown on the horizon.
The demolition of the former Bahamas Customs Warehouse on Prince George Wharf will help pave the way for the area's $289 million transformation into the Nassau Cruise Port. And the new Nassau Cruise Port includes waterfront park, a harbor village, a a new inner harbor, an amphitheater, and a Junkanoo museum. With development, such as the pump, Nassau Cruise Port, and other developments, the city of Nassau is being re-energized and renewed.
The Prime Minister also urged that the country's economic recovery hinged on Bahamians getting vaccinated and wished the Point and Margaritaville every success. You're watching Jcn News. Stay with us.
This segment of the news is brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.